everyone, and welcome back to another Waltons review, where we are reviewing the Cradle. Now, with me, I got Resolute Journal. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, Gorilla?
Still in some pain, but yeah, I found something that's may make it a little bit more manageable. There, I finally found some pills, but and they're over the counter before anybody accuses me of grabbing some drugs. But so yeah, this was kind of an interesting episode. It's kind of surprising John can still get it up after 7 kids and working 12-hour shifts.
Hey, that's when it needs to be up the most.
Yeah. So, we got Pop Culture there in the chat. He says, "Hail again." Then Pop goes, "Do we get John Boy sitting on Grandpa's lap again?" Well, it wasn't John Boy, it wasn't Grandpa's lap. uh, so we'll start out with our prologue here. It says, "I like to think back on my boyhood because though the times we lived in were hard, the life we lived was good. We were never hungry, for food was plentiful. We took it from the land, but still there was a lack of material things. And I remember one wonderment, the way my parents wove the magic around us that kept us ever feeling poor." So, yeah, we get John Boy here driving the truck. Now there was something that was pointed out here. First thing you notice here is when the way he lifts the box up there. Oh, never mind. I thought I noticed it seemed like it was a lot easier to grab it though, but I don't know why he didn't drop the tailgate on that.
Well, it's an empty box, and no one thought of it.
Yeah, if the box was truly that heavy, then he would drop the tailgate and slid it into his arms. So he's carrying it aside there. No, I think Olivia's the only one that knows what was in it, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So yeah, he opens it up. And this is back when stuff actually came in something pretty, like that carrying case that they have there. And it's full of bottles. And then there's 10 more. We got Mary Ellen wanting to dance, and no, apparently she's flight. That was kind of a silly scene there.
Yeah, Mary Ellen has another hobby of the week.
Then we got Olivia here, not knowing what she's selling, because she goes she goes by the title. What was it? Bubbly something. Then I don't know what the point of Reckless getting into the house there. First of all, Jim Boy should have kept the dog out. But I don't know what the point of the dog getting in the house was.
Yeah, they could have done without it.
Yeah, so Olivia's getting 9 cents to the thing, so what's 9 cents? In 19, we're still in 34. I'm going by 1934 because it's the second season. So if Oh, I was about to say that. No, it's not no $2,300. It's
Yeah, I think you got a decimal point in the wrong place somewhere.
no, that's for $100 there. So basically, she's getting $2.13 commission for every bottle, and each bottle sells for 25 cents. So basically, each bottle is $6, and she's getting $2 commission. So she's getting about 30% commission.
That's doing pretty damn well.
Yeah, yeah. That was last episode. Pop. It's bubbly. Let's see. I have it on the restriction. Uh, we'll get the name of it here. It's like bubbly. It's basically soap. It's basically soap. And she's adventure and all that. So she goes out and sells. She's selling to the Baldwin sisters. Oh, I'll get the name here right now.
And if you'll give me a bowl, I'd be happy to demonstrate this fine product. That won't be necessary.
Oh, she doesn't actually say it because they only want the jars. I wonder how much jars were back then.
No idea, but not like the Baldwins care about price.
Yeah, because they're willing to. Yeah, because they weren't even going to use it. They just want the jars in there. And their pint jars, they just wanted it for the recipe. And Olivia there got a little upset about that. So, they even know she doesn't want to talk about the recipe ever. Oh, yeah.
Well, a good Baptist wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. So they're driving around, and then this lady's buying one for or some friend, and then she's gonna buy
teacher.
one. Yeah, then she's gonna buy one for herself, as a treat. So it's kind of nice that they all have a little bit of spending money for stuff like this, even though it's they're all poor. So yeah, then it's called Bubble.
I don't see why they call it Bubble Beautifier. Don't bubble worth the fruit.
Oh god, I love this old lady they keep bringing back. The way she just said, I don't see why they call it Bubble Beautifier. But yeah, basically this thing is very acidic because Olivia wants to demonstrate there, but once she sees the
You already did. Look, that stains out of that old vase.
apparently that thing was stained up, and that she just had to pour it in there, and it just shined that thing right up. So that has to be some really corrosive stuff in that thing. And they say it's good for your hands and hair and everything.
Yeah, well, it's the 30s. They would give you caustic soda and say, "Oh yeah, sure, hand soap."
Yeah, and then she buys 3 bottles from her. Then Olivia's not feeling, or thinks she says she's gaining weight, so she just wants to walk home. And John Boy obliges. Now this scene here, I was laughing at. You gotta love Grandpa in the scene that. And he goes, "Those are mason jars. Yeah, I have a bunch in my basement. The reason that they wanted 4 of them is because he ran out of jars and they won't be in until next week, and they're 4 jars short for the recipe batch. So we're gonna play this scene here just because I liked it.
You did it. You did it. I knew we were going to get it.
Wipe your feet.
Oh, man, now you've been saying that to me at least once a day since I learned to walk.
I've known her before you were born. She's still saying the same thing to me.
You'd think it would have sunk in by now.
Yeah, always have to remind them. Now, do you think they will have actually wiped their feet if she didn't remind them?
Probably not. Hey, Lemon.
Hey, Scurvy, how's it going there? Yeah, Scurvy. That old lady was very funny. She also starred in the movie Big Bad Mama with Cloris Leachman. Also starred in the show Phyllis. Okay. Are you saying hi to Scurvy?
How's my old turkey hen? Turn around. Give me a gobble.
What have you two been up to?
Good news, my lady. Good
We
news.
got ourselves a railroad order for 150 ties. Keep us in good shape the next couple of months.
Oh,
I wonder how much that 150 ties would be worth.
Oh, I'd say maybe $1 or $2 each.
So you're saying $25 or 24, but $1 would be $23.63, and $2 would be $47.27.
Around that.
I bet you it's $1.50. So I bet you sold them for about $1.50, $35 a piece. I bet you that's
that
about
sounds
it.
about right. That sounds right.
Yeah. The Scurvy here says, "Hey, Gorilla, Germ Pops is going all right on a Friday night." Well, that's good. He says, "Give me a gobble." Hey, Scurvy, you're gonna have to give me a couple drinks in me first before I give you a gobble.
praise the
Praise the Lord and pass a chicken fricassee.
Oh,
Now there, you put me down, you old fool.
That's my favorite dish. You must have done it this fashion to please me yet.
Yeah, so they're salting it there. Then John Boy comes in.
Something
smells good.
I wanted to use up my old dill weed before the
real
new crop was
good.
ready to store.
See that? She never will admit to anything.
Hey, son,
Now you stop.
where's your mom?
She's acting funny. She made me stop the truck down the road a ways. She said she wanted to walk the rest of the way herself.
I don't blame her. It's a pretty day outside.
No, it wasn't that. She said she wanted to take off some weight she's been putting on lately.
I haven't noticed Livy's put on any particular weight.
Well, you haven't noticed that you've been doing the same thing either.
Well, for a man of my age, I am considered to have a real trim figure.
Yeah,
Sure thing, Zed.
yeah. And nobody has a clue except I think Grandma's queuing in. Yeah, and here's the scene I wanted to really show.
I sold every bottle. Every single person I stopped to see said yes.
Well, who would be able to refuse such a pretty sales lady? Huh?
Yeah, suck her up right up to the missus there, John. Suck her right up.
John, I can't begin to think how I feel. I made almost a whole dollar all by myself. What's that awful smell?
Awful smell. That's supper cooking.
Oh. Sorry. I guess I just didn't work out much of an appetite.
Right there, Grandma figured out what the heck's going on here. I'm surprised Grandma didn't feel insulted. Or do you think Grandma felt insulted by that?
No. She understood why she'd keep something like that a secret.
No, I'm talking about saying that the food smelled bad.
Oh, she knows. Once she said that, Grandma knew what was up. Livia might as well just came out and shouted it right to her.
Yeah. Big old play this guy with the banner flying behind you, right?
Yeah.
Like your mama to get sick over the smell of food.
Oh, Grandpa had the look on his face like he knows what's going on too. He had that twinkle in his eye.
It's happened
Yeah.
twice before.
What was that?
When she was carrying Jim Bob and when she was carrying Lisbeth.
Yeah, Lemon, you did
Yeah.
walk into that one.
Yeah, they did. They took them a second to realize what the heck Grandma was even saying. They just had that dumb look on their face. What's he
And-
PV lately? Is he fine? I sent him a message. He hasn't answered. Maybe he's still at work because of the holidays.
Yeah, I haven't
Like I
seen him since New. I think since Mikey's stream.
I thought I seen him on Tuesday. Yeah, he didn't. He hasn't seen it yet. Yeah, but anyhow, I got one more chat here. It says, so Olivia walks at the same speed as the truck. Now these are 30s trucks,
Yeah,
but they
and
also
Tomboy
weren't that
got
far.
there a good. Yeah, he got there a good spell before Olivia did.
Yeah, and not only that, it wasn't that far of a walk, like an eighth of a mile or a couple blocks, maybe. So, yeah, so they finally catch on. He comes up, you know. He pretty much goes, "How long did you know?" And she just wanted to be sure. Wait, did that turn sub captions on? So yeah, now they go to Dr. Vance, you know, and he just pretty much gives her calcium pills, which is like a pill per glass of milk. But you think they'd just rather have her drink the milk than take the calcium pills, than take a bunch of pills.
Well,
Have
there
the
could
pill
be benefits to the pills.
Well, he just said one pill was the same as drinking a glass of milk.
Yeah, it's a little more convenient and it works a little better because, especially with the pregnancy, she might be a little off with her digestion and how she reacts to stuff. She might get like
Okay.
out of lactose intolerance.
Gotcha. Then John says, or pops a bone strengthener. Yeah, so he can't believe that it's been 7 years since the last kid and all that. Then this was really funny.
Well, Olivia's in good shape, John. About 3 months along, but I suppose you know that already.
She's 3 months pregnant. Is everything all right?
Well, seems to be. But there is one thing I'd like to say to you both. Olivia is strong and healthy, but this baby may give us a little more trouble than the others.
Why is that?
Well, because of Livy's illness a year ago. For
Yeah,
one thing.
that's a good callback to that. What was it? The Easter episode, or was it the Thanksgiving episode?
I believe it
That
was the
she
Easter
got-
episode.
Where she had polio, where she got polio it was polio.
Yeah.
But she seemed to recover just fine from.
Yeah.
But then he also says this: just the look on Olivia's face was worth it.
But mostly because, well, she's not a spring chicken anymore. Now, I want you to take good care of her. See that she gets some rest every day.
Yeah.
I will, Doc.
Yeah, and she's giving that fuck you smile. You know that smile, right, Jerm?
Yeah, it usually is followed by something flying in my general direction.
Yeah, but the doc's giving them a good rate, so you don't want to piss the doc off. But yeah, that's that fuck you. But I'm gonna be polite and I'm just gonna smile, but fuck you. And they leave. Now, on this scene here, there was actually an audio mistake. If you listen carefully, you can actually hear some traffic in the background.
I was right about Mama.
Your grandma used to call it straight. When
Yeah, you hear that traffic in the background? There's a bunch of cars
Sure isn't the
going
best
by
time for me to be
behind
going
these
off to
trees.
college, is it?
And there's also a sound of an
all the trouble
airplane.
you went to get as far as you. Listen, you don't even let your mama hear you talking like that.
Yeah, were you able to hear those cars?
No, I didn't really have the volume up that loud.
Okay. Yeah, but if you're listening, there's a bunch of cars going by behind that tree line there that they didn't dub out. So, yeah, and they're talking about the narc coming, blah blah blah, and she's like,
Rude man, but she ain't what she used to be.
yeah. Then she thinks having a new kid in the house will be upsetting everybody, and John just talks her. So then you got Elizabeth. That's all up. Now this scene here, this scene reminded me a lot of my sisters. There, Elizabeth was all upset that that she's not gonna be the baby no more, and all that. And then Jim Bob, he's just a kid like him, blah blah blah. So she runs. All right. And so she runs off into the house. They come home. They confirm it. Then they sit down to pray, and then Grandpa has a good prayer. Oh, wait. I forgot Mary Ellen comes in. Here's prayer.
Oh, Lord, we thank thee for the many blessings bestowed upon us. Furthermore, for the new life about to become among us. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, it's nice, short, to the point there. And not many families do that anymore.
Nope.
Yeah. So basically they're eating, and Mary Ellen gets upset about having a new baby because apparently she's being all dramatic, how she can never get anything and all that stuff because she wants to take dancing lessons, which is only a quarter, which I'm pretty sure she's demonstrated many of times that she can get her own money there, but yet she gets all mad because they won't give her 24 cents to go to get dancing lessons from their teacher.
Well, Mary Ellen has to be dramatic.
Yeah.
It's amazing they ever pawn her off on some poor helpless schmuck.
Well, the thing that gets me is she's demonstrated many a time she can get her own money. That scrap dealer and stuff.
Yeah, but she wants others to do it. She doesn't have the motivation to work for what she wants. She just wants what she wants.
Yeah, so they tell her no. And then apparently Jim Bob did the same thing when she was carrying Elizabeth there, pouting that she's no longer the baby, so she runs up, starts crying. And this is some great mothering right here. So, right here.
Elizabeth?
Jim Bob said I won't be your baby anymore. You won't pay any attention to me.
Well, now that'll be the day.
Well, Jim Bob probably says a lot of things. She should learn not to listen to her brothers.
Well, she's only 7.
You'll always be my baby. And so will Jim Bob and Ben and Jason and Aaron and Mary Ellen and John Boy.
Now, do you think they just squirted something on her face, or did they? You think they actually sat and made her cry somehow with like some kind of drops or something?
I would have imagined the drops.
There's 2 ways they used to do it there, and Pop can correct me if I'm wrong on. One of them was they'd spray them in the face with some water, you know. Another thing was they'd put something in their eyes to make them water up.
Yeah, being a kid, I'd assume they would go the easier route and just some
water
drops
bottle?
of water. Yeah, just drop some water in their eyes.
Okay.
He's a John boy? He's all grown up.
Mm-hmm. See, all mothers seem to have one thing in common. They always remember their children as babies.
So basically that cheers up Elizabeth. So basically she's saying, I'm gonna need some help with this one, Elizabeth, and and Elizabeth says that what Elizabeth's response reminded me of that one little gag. I can't remember which show it was off of, but it's like, I will hug it, squeeze it, love it, and hold it.
That's Elmira from
Elmira?
Tiny Toons.
Okay. Yeah, but she says she'll bathe it, eat it, and everything.
Elmira did something similar, but there's also a couple other another Looney Tunes character that does something pretty similar.
Oh, okay. Well, then it'd been Looney Tunes. I've seen it.
Yeah. And hello to Melted Copper and Cody Guy. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome our man of many words, Cody Guy, and Melted Copper. Let's see. He says, "Hey girl, make sure you hit the like." Hello. Yeah, thanks, Pop. And says, when else the Waltons reboot film coming out? I thought it came out a couple of years ago, didn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that came out in 21. I think they punched her in the eye. And then Pop says, eye dropper. Okay, gotcha. They punched and told her that she adopted and that her parents hate her. No, it's because there's an art baby coming. He goes, howdy, Cody, Tiny Toons. And he goes, the phrase was taken from Of Mice and Men. Oh, that's it. That's right there. The book of Mice and Men. I remember that now. Because I can't remember what the guy's name was, but it's the big mentally challenged guy. I
believe that one was Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny there, and first he did the animals, and the brother ignored it, but then it happened to some woman, so that's when he had to go the route of old Yeller.
Yep.
There he goes, Lenny. Yeah, Lenny and George. Okay, yep, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, he had to do the old Yeller route with Lenny. I guess it's better than let the state get a hold of him. So John Boy calls a meeting, and Mary Ellen's all mad because he'll be going off to college when the baby comes, so he won't have to do anything. But he's saying that they should pitch him more around the house without being asked, And they're all mad. Yeah. So this one they're going to throw her
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. So they're going to throw her a baby shower. And they're out at the house because apparently it rains babies in that house. And here's all the ideas they're throwing.
That'll be real fun. I have some wet flannel left over from the Christmas pageant. I think I'll make some shirts. I think I'll knit her a blanket.
I'll give her my rat doll.
I could carve a rattle.
I don't know what to get her.
Me either. Let's do something together, Ben.
Yeah.
How about you, John Boy?
Well, I'll tell you, the other day I was thinking about that, and I remembered that when Elizabeth started to grow up, Mom gave away all the baby things. So the baby's got to sleep, and I thought maybe I'd make a cradle for her.
Yeah, so basically everybody except Jim Bob and Ben have a plan. You know, they're gonna make the cradle, give the rag doll, the rattle, and everything, blankets and everything. So apparently they got her all set. So then it's a week later, and John's coming out there, and it's turning out to be a nice little cradle that he's building up there. But but Olivia doesn't know what's going on. She thinks he's just out there writing and stuff. So she asks John Boy to take her out to selling samples, even though she got told she should be resting. But she has Jason do it. Yeah. So then she goes knocking. Now we got this. She's trying to sell it. It's Pinkley's Bubble Beautifier. She's trying to sell it to her. And she wasn't interested at first. I'll just play it. Screw it.
Bubble Beautifier. It's a very fine soap. And,
I don't think we're interested.
I'd like to show it to you. If you could.
Not today. What'd you say your name was?
Olivia Waltons.
I know you. You have a girl, don't you?
I've got several of them.
Well, one of yours goes to school with one of mine. I'm Jonelle Breckenridge.
Nancy Breckenridge is my...
Yeah, it's funny how they didn't recognize each other before, but then but their kids apparently know each other. Funny how that worked.
Aaron Wall.
Now, so funny how they're playing there, and Olivia has opened it.
Shampoo, and face soap, and it even washes linens. I'll just take the top off.
Yeah, and here's where she
Certainly is a pretty
trouble.
Oh yes, you'll find many uses just for the bottle alone.
And it just shatters and breaks. But that bottler, I will probably bought some just for the bottle, you know, because that'd be a nice bottle to have around. So.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Jason?
I was going to show something I seen, but...
Mama?
Yeah, so... She's going to go in and sit down. Oh, I didn't... Maybe that's the scene I wanted to show. Alright. So, she said she was going to knit the blanket there, but what she's actually doing is crocheting. It's a lot different. That's a little factual error there. Oh, this scene right here.
Where are you off to?
I'm pondering my destiny of being born a woman.
Oh, good heavens. That's no destiny. That's just a simple fact of nature.
No, I think it's more. I mean, just think of all the things we have to do all of our lives just because we're women.
I imagine if the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just because you're women, you have so much extra to do with you. Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass to be a woman, you know, blah, blah, blah. But Grandma sets her straight.
Men were sitting here, they'd say the same thing about themselves.
No, that's not strictly true. I mean, the laws are made by the men for the men. That's what Isadora Duncan says.
You mean that dancing girl?
Yeah. Yeah, she listens to a bimbo and all that out there, and it gets all these ideas in the head. Oh, whoops.
From what I read about her in that magazine, she doesn't stay long enough in one place to know anything about the laws.
Well, that's because she's a free spirit. I mean, she kept her 2 babies because she wanted to, not because she had to.
Who was talking about keeping babies?
No one. It's just what I was thinking. I mean, suppose you had a baby and you didn't want it. Is there any law that says you have to keep it?
Of course there is, Mary Ellen.
There is man's law and God's. Now it would behoove you to remember that you're a young lady, Mary Ellen. You better start thinking about duty and responsibility.
Oh, Grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better, or else Grandma's going to beat it into you.
Yeah. At least that's the end of that subject right there. Can you imagine if this was written nowadays? That'd be the whole conversation of the entire hour-long episode. You know?
And Mary Ellen would be the good guy.
Yeah, well, even then it'd be John. No, it'd be Olivia won't want to keep it, but John's gonna force her to keep it, you know, because he's an evil man and stuff. So, but that's the only time the conversation even comes up, and it's just an impressionable 13-year-old, you know, versus the adults don't even consider the idea there. So they get the news and they're all happy, you know. It's no, but I can just imagine it being written today, and then, you know, and John would be the bad guy for wanting to keep it and all everything, blah blah. You know,
yeah.
And then he's just holding Olivia back and he's controlling Olivia. I can just see that now. You can't do episodes like this nowadays because of that. So yeah,
definitely.
Olivia wasn't feeling well, and she just
the hell is
what?
Is that coming through the mic?
What?
Can you hear that? Well, it's a power steamer.
No.
Okay.
I can't hear nothing. Yeah, so yeah, they're gonna get supper ready, and yeah, she's too sick to do any selling. I think she's struggling because of her polio. She used to.
Yeah,
plus
she's almost 40 and didn't have a severe disease a year earlier.
Yeah,
it was never going to go well.
So now they're giving all their presents, you know, the rattle, the dolls, the knit and stuff. And the boys are going to go sell the rest of the soap for her. So John.
Yeah, you're probably right, Melted Copper.
What'd he say?
If it was done today, the Waltons would be culturally diverse, even though it's a family.
Well, it all depends, because I know a lot of intermixed couples. I know quite a few, actually.
Yeah, but they would set it up for a non-binary black woman and an Indian lady to be lesbians, and somehow they have a little Chinese and a South American baby.
Yeah, but I was just going strictly about what this episode was when I was thinking if it was written nowadays, how it'd be, how they would write it. Just because it's one of the biggest voting or issues we have going on right now. You know, besides the wars and besides the border and besides the debt and besides everything fucking else.
Yeah, we got all four horsemen riding rampant all over the place these days.
Yeah. Yeah, she's so happy. Yeah, she's really happy about in that. Wait, was this a sing?
That had no bone. I gave my love a
I've heard that before. Where did I hear that at? I've heard that on another show before.
No, that's a very common song.
It's a riddle song, but what? Oh, Animal House. Animal House. That's where I heard it. I think. But I've heard this song before.
Glory that had no end.
Yeah, it's basically the riddle song. And I do not remember this scene. And Elizabeth's cynical. So yeah, they take old Blue out, and they're trying to sell it to her, but these guys are crappy salesmen.
Isn't that a fine thing for you boys to do?
Yes, ma'am. How many would you like?
Wait a second. You gotta demonstrate it first. Would you please bring a bowl of water?
Then the older one used to sell magazine subscriptions.
Yeah, that'd be
or is
Ben.
that another one? Yeah,
No,
you should
that's
be
that
better
one.
at that.
Yeah. Jim Bob, that little adorable act could actually work with Jim Bob, because he's just a young buck. The only time they even mentioned it was when Mary Ellen started pouting on the chair there, and Grandma shuts her down right away. That is the only time they bring that up. And do they still force kids to sell candy and the crap at schools? Well, they don't have to, but they do fundraisers like that. My kid just got did a bunch of popcorn sales for Cub Scouts. So,
did you encourage your coworkers to purchase? Or are you a little kinder than that?
I put it out there, and I was kind of harassing, but a couple of them had already gotten hidden up, and the rich guys up in the office, they all said that they weren't going to buy that overpriced crap and stuff. It's like, oh, fuck. You're not buying the popcorn because of the price. You're buying it to support the Cubs. All right.
Yeah, that at every place. We got a bunch of women up there that every quarter it's candy, Christmas wrapping. Then every 3 months something else for some other kid.
Yeah. Here, watch the background of this real quick. I think I spotted something.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna teach you.
Oh, maybe that's not the. I thought the house looked familiar in the background.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything.
Thought about
Yeah, so. Then here, this is funny as hell.
Now we're gonna watch Bubble Beautifier go to work.
When does it bubble?
Needs a little more.
Yeah.
Needs a little string. Of course, that was just the first step.
Yeah, apparently he didn't get the message about it. Would this be false advertising since it doesn't bubble?
Nowadays, probably, yeah. Back then, no.
In order to make the Bubble Beautifier work, it has to have something to bubble for. Here we go.
Look at you.
Yeah, and it turned to green.
Boy.
Now, does he owe her a new handkerchief since he turned it green? There?
Yeah, he's gonna have to make some type of restitution.
Yeah. And she just tells them to go.
It might be okay if it might just wash out with regular water or a actual cleaner.
I wonder what would turn a white handkerchief green though.
There's a couple of different things.
Yeah, because I've only seen all your color clothes get that spotty stuff from bleach. So yeah, they're talking names and all that. Oh, oh yeah, they're talking about the baby's sound, the voices, and all that stuff. And oh,
The baby's voice in the house.
Colic 2 days in a row.
Holding a warm bundle in my arms.
Changing diapers at 2 in the morning.
Like John
Laying
did
there
that.
in bed watching you get up and feed it.
what? What was that?
Like John changed diapers at 2 a.m. in the morning. He wasn't there.
I did, but no, that's one of those. I remember those days, getting up in the middle of the night there and stuff. I actually remember one time I was so tired. I worked a 12-hour shift, and then Marissa had to work at 5:30 in the morning that next day, and obviously I watched the kid during the day, and then I went to work on second shift, and then it was her turn to watch the kid until she went to work the next day and stuff. And I remember I fell asleep, and I woke up at 10:30 and listened to the kid crying, and I was like, "Oh crap!" The kids, was sitting there crying for like 2-3 hours, 3 or 4 hours before I woke up. That happened like one time.
That's why I recommend you take a second job or work doubles. Whatever you have to do, let the wife or girlfriend stay at home with the kid. It's an easier death to work yourself to death than split it between work and a kid.
Yeah. Oh, and this was 8 years ago, not now. This was 8 years ago.
And they're in bed and watching you get up and feed it.
Wait a minute, we never did that before.
We did with Elizabeth.
Oh, it didn't now, Elizabeth. She was sleeping through the night when she was 3 months old. It must have been Jim Bob.
That's right, it was Jim Bob. But he was toilet trained first.
Yeah, it's funny how you imagine having so many kids that get mixed up with what happened.
That'd be horrible.
Who was it that had the colic so long?
Mary Ellen.
Now, you got to admit it, Liv. Erin, she was the prettiest of them all, wasn't she?
She sure was a beauty. Everybody at the hospital called her their little rosebud.
False! False! That's a factual error right there in the episode. That was factual error. You know why?
There's one ugly kid.
No. All the kids except Jim Bob were born at home. In the bedroom. We just learned that, what was that, a week or two ago? They're all born in the bedroom, downstairs bedroom there. Grandma and Grandpa's bedroom, I believe it was. So that was a factual error right there. Yeah, I think that's the end. Oh yeah, they're gonna call her Joyce.
I don't want you to tell the boys this, but I hope it's a little girl.
Why?
Well, I kind of like the name Joyce Walton. A joy for our middle years.
I must admit it sounds better than a Zeb for our middle years.
Who decided on Zeb?
Grandma.
But now, Zeb's not a bad name. Unless you prefer Eunice.
Yeah. I wonder where the name Eunice came from, but I'm actually surprised they didn't name one of the kids Zeb there after Grandpa.
Oh, I'm sure one of his brothers already did that.
Whose brothers?
John.
Well, one of the brothers is dead. Because we learned that last week there at the graveyard there, because which kid was named Ben? Ben was named after his brother, John's brother that died in France.
Yeah, that's the one that his daughter came crawling around, and her husband wanted some of the land.
Yeah.
They had like 3 others, I believe.
No, he has two. He had 2 brothers. One died in France. I'm not sure about the other one.
Oh yeah, there was 3 total.
Yeah. And let's see. Then it goes algae, grass stains, skid marks. Are we watching Little House on the Prairie next? Maybe. And then Pop says Little Outhouse on the Prairie. Well, actually, since I'm so close to the Wilder thing, I could do that. Maybe we'll do the Little House on the movie, but I don't think we'll do the show. He goes, I'm glad to be a guy the idea of having another human ripped out. Oh, okay. He's glad he's a guy.
Yeah.
There. So yeah, that's the end of the conversation. So there's that blanket that they're knitting. Then Grandpa's just out cold there in the chair. And they're discussing the baby's future there. And all of a sudden she gets that look and she gets up and she calls Grandma up. Oh, Grandma just gets right up.
John?
So yeah, she gets a big pain there. They're all wondering if Mama's gonna be all right.
The answer should be quite clearly no.
Yeah, she's gonna be depressed for a while. And
they even know with what obviously just happened, she's gonna need some medical care.
Yeah,
a miscarriage like that is a very traumatic thing mentally and just as bad physically, no matter how early along it is.
Yeah. So yeah, John's gonna go talk to the children here. This was, I'm definitely gonna play this.
You can see her in the morning.
Is the baby all right?
Your mama lost the baby. There's nothing anyone could do about it. Now, you listen here. As hard as it is, I think it's kind of a blessing.
Yeah, that's the one nice thing about the show is they don't sugarcoat anything, and they don't hee-haw around the answer, or lie to him. He just flat out does the brutal honest there, then works his psychotherapy. So,
yeah, he's better than any psychotherapist.
Yeah.
When a woman loses a baby this early on, it's kind of nature's way of saying that things aren't going right. We're just going to have to believe that this birth wasn't meant to be.
And, that's kind of why you don't mention anything until you're like 6 months along. They got all their hopes up for that. And then this happens. Okay, that's all the chat. I thought you had a longer speech. So, yeah, then John Boy comes and comforts Elizabeth because Elizabeth's all sad. Carries her to bed and stuff. No, it's kind of funny that they said they're baptizing the mule. Olivia's just out here traumatized,
I know, they're washing the mule.
Yeah.
Zeb's the one that made the baptizing joke.
Yeah.
Maybe they're baptizing Old Blue. Maybe. Is there anything I can get you?
Oh, thank you, Grandpa.
Does Grant? I don't know how often. I don't think Grandpa does that very often. Where he'll actually ask Olivia there if she'll offer to help get anything. But if you ever need some old man's advice, here it is.
Yep.
Yeah, dear Libby. God does work in mysterious ways.
I know that, Grandpa.
Your faith should be of considerable help to you now.
I know that, too. Doesn't make it any the less my fault.
What is that you're saying?
So, do you think she actually blames herself, or is it just the postpartum thing? Sure.
What is that?
I was like, do you think she actually believes that, or is it just a postpartum thing that's her fault?
No, she believes it.
Maybe I could have been more careful. Maybe I should have.
Libby, I never realized you had such an exalted opinion of yourself. You endowing yourself with powers that even us common folks wouldn't dream of taking on. Child, there are mysteries in this life that none of us can understand as yet. You can't take the liberty of coming up with answers just for the purpose of making yourself feel better.
Yeah, that's some sound advice, because we're always going to have that. Because really, life wouldn't be worth it if we didn't always have some kind of mystery to go try to find the answers for. And that's some sound advice from Grandpa. This is probably
His
some
70
of the
plus
most
years done him well.
Yeah, this is probably some of the best advice we've heard over the course of the last 2 years. Well, I should say 2 seasons.
Oh, they're all
Blaming
gold.
yourself is the easy.
What was that?
All his pearls of wisdom are pure gold.
Yeah, and right here's another thing.
Easy way out. But it's a much harder way to think that what happened for the best. It's a more truthful way. And it just teaches us that when we do get knocked down by a boulder lightning out of the blue, gives us dignity to get up and walk on.
Yeah, so basically when life knocks you down, get back up.
Thank you for not singing Chumbawamba.
What?
I expected you to start singing the Chumbawamba song.
I don't know what the Chumbawamba song is.
Good, don't look it up.
God damn it. You know what happens when you tell someone that? It's the same reaction I get when I tell people, do not look up that alien movie from what's that one? Do not Google that one alien movie from 1992. Yeah. Now this part here was so funny right here. This is by far the best thing with Grandpa right here.
Cold tea is cold comfort. If you weren't such a good Baptist, I'd be tempted to spike it with you. You know what?
Now, do you think he actually would do that or no?
Oh, no, he wants to live out his remaining time in peace.
Yeah.
If he did that, his remaining time would be about 8 seconds.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then they're going to use the Pinkley's thing on them. So now we're on to our epilogue. As the years went on, and we all went our separate ways, we were to provide my mother and father with so many grandchildren that their lives were never without the sound of a baby or a growing child's voice. And all those grandchildren were beneficiaries of the extraordinary love that was given to us during those years we spent on Waltons Mountain. Alrighty. So that's pretty much the end of the episode there. What do you think, Jerm?
Oh, very good episode. Good, hard-hitting topic. I'd give it an A minus.
A minus. Like I said, if you're gonna do an episode like this, especially about pregnancy and all that, this is the way to do it. Not the crap we get nowadays. They did so well, and they handled the well. We got one of the best grandpa scenes there with some of the sound advice that we ever had. And it ended with a great joke there with grandpa threatening to slip some of the recipe into the tea. But he had some great back and forth, it's great. I'm giving this an A plus. This was an A plus episode. I wasn't, even though it had many errors, it had like factual errors, like Aaron was not born in the hospital there, so they couldn't call her Rosebud there. You had all the car sounds and that in the background of the fence scene stuff. Apparently, one of the scenes you could see the Waltons house, even though the house was supposed to be in town, but I didn't catch that. There's all kinds of little technical errors, but I can wait for this give episode of a subject that was. It's a subject that you can fuck it up so easy in so many ways, but yet I think they hit the nail on the head with it. It's not like how they handled it in the Orville.
Well, you gotta remember, Seth, for all the good he does, he is one of them.
Yeah. And Pop says, great episode, and he gives it an A+. So thank you, Pop. So, yeah. So I think I'm going to end it there. I'm going to go hop and take a hot shower, see if I can get this toothache to go away. So, thank you, Pop Culture Curator, for coming. Pop does his Lost in Space streams reviews on Monday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Tuesdays is the horror sci-fi streams at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I think the voting's still open on his community tab for that one there. Then on Wednesdays we do Gilligan's Island at 9 o'clock. And then it says Rumblings from the Lab on Saturday there. Thank you, Melted Copper, for coming. Melted, do you have anything on your channel there that you want us to promote? And thank you, Cody Guy, for coming. And thank you, Scurvy, or Lemon Pie, also known as Scurvy, for coming. Yeah, Pop saying vote for the Tuesday movie. Here, Jeremy, you want to promote yourself while I look up Melted Copper's channel?
Okay. Tuesdays, we got the Nerd Night watch party. We'll do a sci-fi. This coming Tuesday, we were doing the premiere of Andromeda. Thursday is open panels. That'll be 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, so that'd be on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I can only do one. I'll have to watch it, but I won't be able to do anything because I'll be at work.
It'll be the watch party, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything ahead of time.
Yeah, well, no, it's one of those I'd have to watch the episode and not the YouTube thing.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'll be at work till 5. My time.
Yeah, this will be 7 your time.
Seven my time.
You're 2 hours ahead of me.
Oh shoot! You just did it early last week. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was a marathon last week.
We're just doing one episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be over and done with before Pop's horror sci-fi stream.
Okay, I can make that work. Alrighty. And I've just looked up Melted Copper's channel here. He has a bunch of videos here. And so yeah, make sure to check those out there. As for me, tomorrow we are reviewing Enemy Mine. And then on Sunday, we are watching Mad Max. And then on Wednesday, we're watching Justified. And next week's episode for our review is The Fulfillment.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we get some kind of orphan coming.
That
So
reminds me, Saturday morning cartoons tomorrow. I'm gonna need to borrow your kid to have a tiebreaker.
your tiebreaker?
Yeah,
What's the tiebreaker?
Yogi and the Smurfs are tied.
Hey, Owen, come here. Come here. Ándale. Vámonos. Vámonos. All right. Brimmer has a question for you.
What?
Smurfs or Yogi?
What the is Yogi?
A bear.
It's a bear that likes to steal picnic baskets.
Yeah, I don't have an answer.
Pick one. Just pick one. Smurfs or Yogi Bear?
Smurfs, since I've never seen Yogi Bear.
There you go.
All right. You heard the boy. That'll be tomorrow morning at 8 Pacific.
Now, Pop, we'll do all the Mad Maxes, but we're going to do one movie a week. So, yeah. We'll start with the first one on Sunday.
Me?
No, you're the second one. All right. So, with that, I'm going to end it. You guys have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla.